Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.
Hello, and welcome to Eat, Drink, DFW, the podcast from the Dallas Morning News food team. Each week, we take a look at food and drink trends in North Texas, talk about restaurants in Dallas-Fort Worth, learn some new recipes, and sometimes even get tips from you, our listeners. I'm Anna Butler, the Dallas Morning News' food editor. We're talking about the rise of Cal-Mex, or California-style Mexican food in North Texas, along with some of the latest food news. And later, we're going to let you in on a little secret, our favorite happy hours right now. That's all coming up right after this.
Guten Tag, y'all. Are you really into German cuisine? Do you believe in love at first Brotzeit? How often do you shine your Stein? Do you really know your schnitzel? Ever ate so much you nearly split your lederhosen? If the answer's ja, then don your dirndl and prepare to Prost at Central Market's Passport Germany, exploring all that makes Deutschland delicious. From Riesling to Rye, Spätzle to Schnitzel, and a whole lot more. Whether you're a German food expert or ich bin ein beginner, missing this event would be the worst. Plan your trip at centralmarket.com.
For the latest food and restaurant news in Dallas-Fort Worth, visit dallasnews.com/food. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so email us at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. Today, I'm joined by Sarah Blaskovich, Claire Baller, and Imelda Garcia. Shall we start with some of our latest food headlines? What's new, Sarah?
All right, I didn't think that we were going to get any more tasting menus in Dallas-Fort Worth, but that is totally wrong. There are a lot already, and we're about to get some more. This is probably the most outrageous idea for a tasting menu I have seen yet. A restaurant opening in early 2026 in the Dallas Design District is called Punk Noir. You will get 20 courses of food in a 9,500 square foot restaurant that has different rooms. So you will progressively dine from room to room until you finish in a final lounge.
And how might you arrive at this place, Sarah?
Anna, I'm so glad you asked. If you want to pay extra, a black car will come pick you up from wherever you are and drive you literally into the restaurant, up a ramp and inside of the restaurant.
What does this cost per person?
You know, they're not saying yet. They say they haven't put that together yet. Now, we can opine that a 20-course tasting menu almost definitely costs more than $200 per person just for the food. Then there will be drink pairings, most likely. So I don't think there's any way a couple goes for less than $500.
Wow.
But to be clear, we don't yet know how much it will cost to dine at Punk Noir.
What does it look like, Sarah?
Renderings show graffiti all over the walls and potentially the table. Now, because it's a 9,500 square foot place, I mean, just think about that. Think about a 10,000 square foot home, for instance. This is almost that. I'm not clear if there's going to be graffiti throughout, but given the name Punk Noir, this is going to have quite a punk rock atmosphere to it. The other thing that's interesting is the owners told NBC earlier this year that they are aspiring to be Dallas-Fort Worth's first Michelin 2-star restaurant. We don't have any 2 or 3-star restaurants in Texas. Those are the highest of the high Michelin echelon. So it's possible that a restaurant like this could get 2 stars, but it also tells you more about the restaurant, right? It tells you that they are really striving for extremely high-end food in a setting like no other. The punk atmosphere reminds me of some of the things I've heard about some Michelin-starred restaurants in Copenhagen, for instance. And they have said that in addition to food, you will also experience other things there. Art, music, I don't know what else.
Why the punk theme?
Great question. I know what they've said, which is that they want to be a disruptor and they want to be, sort of this irreverent version of fine dining. To their credit, we don't have anything like that here. If you're going to spend a lot of money on food, it's going to be in a beautiful place, period. And so the idea that this is sort of on the fringes, that it's going to be different than what a lot of Dallas folks think of, when they think of a white tablecloth restaurant, they're doing something different here. I think that's the idea.
What about the food, Sarah?
We don't know much about the food. We do know the chef. The chef's name is RJ Cooper. He is moving to Dallas from Nashville. He has opened lots of restaurants around the country and won a James Beard Award in 2007 in Washington, D.C. But what he will be serving, Imelda, I don't know. And will it be punk rock? And what does that mean, actually? What is punk rock food? I don't know.
Wow.
But I'm excited by the idea of it, and I'm also exhausted by it, all at the same time.
And on the other end of the affordability spectrum, Sarah?
We have a new cookie shop coming to Texas. In McKinney on September 19th, Chip City Cookies opens. It hails from New York City, where it started in a tiny little storefront in 2017. They've grown to almost 50 locations today, but there were none in Texas. And we talk a lot about how and why restaurants expand into Texas, and it is a daunting task, right? This is a large state, and if you're going to come to one city, how do you pick which one? And then where do you launch from there? And so Chip City is a crumble cookies competitor, I would say. It is a big, pretty cookie, but they also have all kinds of varieties. They've got dozens of flavors that change regularly. It's kind of one of those places where if they have one you loved, you go back and see if they have it again. And Chip City Cookies got famous on Instagram. So people would stand in line for cookies in New York City, and now they hope they will do that in Texas too. The first Chip City opens off of 121 and Alma in McKinney.
Claire, you had an interesting story recently.
I did. So I talked with Restaurant Beatrice, which we've talked about this restaurant before. It is a Cajun spot in Oak Cliff. They were in the news last year for being B Corp certified, which is rare for a restaurant. And they've made another rare move. They recently completed a full greenhouse gas audit. So you probably have not heard of that in the restaurant space, and that's because it doesn't really happen. This is a audit that large corporations typically are the ones to do, and usually when they're required to be able to show what their greenhouse gas emissions are and where they can work to reduce them. Restaurant Beatrice took this on their own and decided to do a complete and total audit of every purchase they make, every process they use, every ingredient scrap that's left over, and to get a full picture of what their emissions look like and where they can reduce them.
I loved your story, Claire, because it shows that Chef Michelle Carpenter is going beyond their customers, you know? It's for the city, for the planet even. It's fascinating.
They're definitely very mission driven in what they do over there, that it's bigger than just serving food to people. They want to do it in the most environmentally conscious way possible, which is an interesting premise when you're talking about the restaurant industry.
What does it entail to do a greenhouse gas audit, especially as a restaurant?
It quite literally entails weighing all of your trash every day, being able to calculate your employees' commutes and how much emissions as a result of that, tracking the scraps that are coming off of diners' plates and how much is being composted versus put in regular trash. The list goes on. Basically, every single thing that you can think of that happens in a restaurant, they are in some way measuring and tracking.
That is absolutely exhausting to think about because it's already exhausting to run a restaurant.
It is. Now, the point of this is to establish a baseline. This isn't something that now they're going to be doing indefinitely. The point was to look at the past year and have a baseline that then they can measure themselves going forward. So when they do another audit, they can see what has changed since the last time we did this. One of the areas that they found the most room for change, now keep in mind, this is a restaurant that is already composting, that is already recycling, that is already doing a lot to try to have the smallest climate footprint, so to speak. But the area that they found a lot of room for opportunity was kind of a simple one. It was reducing rubber glove use, which I didn't really think about the sheer number of gloves that a restaurant can go through in a year. Michelle Carpenter, the chef over there, she told me that has really ballooned, not only for their restaurant, but many since COVID, that there's kind of an excess rubber glove use in restaurants that doesn't need to be as excessive as it is. So that was just a small way in which they found that they could make a noticeable change. And then the other is to up the amount of composting that they're doing. And they have done that now by putting in an industrial composter.
Imelda, you've been looking into an interesting development here in North Texas. We're getting more and more California-style Mexican food, or CalMex. What's the deal?
Guys, I am always looking for the most delicious stories. And this is not an exception. Do you know what CalMex food is?
I thought I did, but now I feel like I'm going to learn something new.
I know what Californians say because they're always like, it's a lot better than Tex-Mex.
So you know that a lot of people from California moved to Texas, maybe 500,000 since 2009. So it's a lot of people. And these people didn't bring only their furniture. they are bringing their food. So we have seen a lot of new restaurants. We in Mexico say like como hongos, like mushrooms. They are growing and growing all over the place. So I went to see where can you find this kind of food, because it's like an interpretation of Mexican food, but from California. It's like Tex-Mex, but California Mex. Tex-Mex is more rich, like more creamy, more beans, more cheese, a lot of cheese. And California, it's like lighter, a lot of fish and guacamole, more fresh ingredients. It's different in a way.
It's more Baja inspired in many ways, right?
A lot of fish, and shrimp. So I found a lot of places here that are offering that food. And all these places, they have something in common. Almost 90% of their customers are from California. That's interesting.
They've found a big customer base.
Yeah, and Texans are starting to appreciate that food also. And this is very interesting to me because I think we are facing a third wave for Mexican food in Texas. Now we have authentic Mexican, Tex-Mex, and Cal-Mex.
But I think you're right, Imelda. But now that you put a pin in it like that, we're going to watch all three styles of Mexican or Mexican-influenced food grow here. I can't wait to chronicle that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fascinating because a lot of people are trying now and learning how to eat that kind of food. And we are more open to more options, and that's great.
I think that's what's always interesting about North Texas, or Dallas specifically, which people always refer to as the city that shouldn't exist. Though I do take an issue with that because we did used to have a river that ran through here. It just like right now it doesn't quite make sense because we don't see the river anymore.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that? No, people say that about Dallas. They're like, it shouldn't be here because most major cities are on a waterway and we've diverted it since then. But we also used to be on the water. I digress, but we always do things that make fiscal sense in Dallas. And it makes a lot of sense to be putting money into Cali-Mex when you've had a bunch of Californians move here. In the same way, we've seen the rise of other types of cuisines because we're like, oh, we've had immigration from this state or this region or this place. And I like it because Dallas is like, I bet we can make money off of it.
Yes.
And I found families in the restaurants, families from California that are chasing these places. So they even have a Reddit post and they are communicating to recommend new places. If they have to drive an hour and a half, they will do it for a carne asada fries.
Is there a neighborhood or a part of DFW where there is more Cal-Mex than there used to be?
No, actually, they are all over the place, but not in Fort Worth, not yet. There's an opportunity in Fort Worth.
Fort Worth said no.
Yeah.
We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're getting into our favorite happy hours. That's all coming up right after this.
Guten Tag, y'all. Are you really into German cuisine? Do you believe in love at first Brotzeit? How often do you shine your Stein? Do you really know your schnitzel? Ever ate so much you nearly split your lederhosen? If the answer's ja, then don your dirndl and prepare to Prost at Central Market's Passport Germany, exploring all that makes Deutschland delicious. From Riesling to Rye, Spätzle to Schnitzel, and a whole lot more. Whether you're a German food expert or ich bin ein beginner, missing this event would be the worst. Plan your trip at centralmarket.com.
Welcome back. In just a minute, we're getting into our favorite happy hours in North Texas right now. But first, a quick reminder that giving our podcast a good review helps other people find it. So if you like it, please say so.
And if you don't, please don't say anything. But put 5 stars.
5 stars. All right, Julie, you've recently become an empty nester and you're now part of a fun club.
So yeah, my daughters just went off to college, and this is a very common thing with a bunch of my girlfriends. So we're trying to do a monthly happy hour night, but we're also struggling to find cool places. Like we did one last week. I don't want to call them out, but they only offered like $1 off drinks. And I'm like, no, we need like good food.
Looking for a deal.
A deal, yeah. So I'm coming to you guys because y'all are the experts.
I would go to Goodwin's. It's on Greenville Avenue in East Dallas. A lot of East Dallasites know and love it. What you might not know is that martinis are $10 from 4 to 6 p.m. every day.
Ooh.
Every day. So I was there on a Sunday recently, and my husband and I ordered 2 martinis. He gets the dirty martini with vodka. I got the Greek salad martini, which is made with onion brine and has pepperoncinis on top. They brought us the bill, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. You missed one of our drinks. This is not enough dollars. And it was just like such a fun thing for them to say, no, that is the right price. You're just in a deal situation. It's happy hour. So $10 a piece for these really great martinis. You can drink them in Goodwin's or at the Goose Bar. So Julie, that is my recommendation, is a happy hour with martinis on Greenville Avenue.
Claire?
I would say Flamant in Plano. This is a newish restaurant from the people behind Rye and Apothecary. So some serious like food and cocktail muscle behind this restaurant. They have happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. You know, some restaurants do the approach where it's like a certain amount off of their regular menu for a few things. And some have like a specific happy hour menu. They have a set happy hour menu where all the cocktails are $10. And
I'm sensing a theme.
yeah, 10 is the lucky number. And then they have a list of some small bites that are all within the range of $8 to $15. Now, the thing here is their cocktails are great. They are just really great mixologists over there. And so you're not getting like a gin and tonic for $10, right? This is a really interesting cocktail, or 8, 9 interesting cocktails available all at the same price. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to be surprised by your bill. And it's nice. It's in Plano. To me, it's a great spot to meet if you're coming from Dallas or friends are coming from Dallas and you have other people coming from other parts of the Metroplex. So that's where I'd send you, Julie.
Julie, when life gives you lemons, don't make limonada. Please take out the salt and the tequila, girl. Yes. I want to recommend the happy hour at Gloria's Latin Cuisine. They have great margaritas at $7. They are yeah, it's super cheap. And they are delicious, you know? Yes.
Also a shout out to Gloria's bean dip.
Oh yeah.
That black
yeah.
bean dip.
Yeah.
I can destroy that bean dip during happy hour. Also, Julie, I want to invite myself to your happy hour club. My child is not even 4 years old, and I full-blown cried the other day at the thought of him going off to college. So I think I'm already ready.
Related to that, Claire, my oldest is 9, and one of the moms in the group said, we're halfway until they move out of our home.
Oh, no.
And the rest of us, I mean,
God.
it's like you punched us in the face. We were like, what? And it was like, well, yeah, she's
rude.
9, and at 18, they leave the house. And we were like, oh, no.
Oh God.
I felt like an empty nester for a second.
Oh God. We need tequila right now.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to keep the sad train running and eulogize what was a fantastic happy hour for so long was at Hudson House. Do y'all remember this? It was half off martini. So they were $7 at the time. The
Yep.
prices have gone up. And $1 oysters.
Dollar oysters, do they exist anymore? I don't think
Definitely not. And not at Hudson House. Not that they don't still have a happy hour. And it is still a good one. They just, that one was so great. But I think my current places are 2 John Alexis restaurants, Ramble Room in Snyder Plaza and Birdie's on Mockingbird. Both of them, sure, there are drink deals and those are great. I like to go for food deals because I like to take it home. So I like grab a drink with a friend and then I get happy hour food to go.
Anna, that is brilliant. I have never thought about getting takeout when you leave the happy hour joint. And I want to say thank you for all of that, except Birdie's, because Birdie's is packed with little kids. And I will tell you, now that I'm an empty nester, when I see little kids, I get so sad. I'm like, oh.
That's why.
Especially if
you
they're
need
screaming.
Go on a school day while they're still at school.
Guys, these are amazing. Thank you.
Also, if you need a kit just to borrow, Claire and I have some, and I think we're willing to just for a minute.
You know, I think I'm good.
How about a 9-year-old beagle? Okay, that's all the time we have for today, but we want to know your favorite happy hour spots right now. Let us know by emailing us at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. And we don't want you to miss an episode, so make sure you're following Eat Drink DFW wherever you find podcasts. Special thanks to our producer, Julie Fisk. For the news, I'm Anna Butler. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Eat, Drink DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.